Hello, my friends. Today, I don't have any kind of special long-term theme to discuss. Today, I just want to share with you recent important things that happened in Ukraine and probably didn't go into an international news department, worldwide news companies, and I'll support the news with my short comments. Now you're welcome to take your cup of coffee or tea, sit comfortable and listen. First, let's go to the news from the front line. Bakhmut, the hottest area on the earth. Previously, the main power from the Russian side in Bakhmut was Russian private military campaign named Wagner. This terrorist organization hired prisoners all over Russia with the promise to give them freedom after 6 months of the war. Although most of those who agreed had long-term court verdicts for rape, murder, with particular cruelty, recidivists who had life sentences from the court. These guys have nothing to lose, so come to Ukrainian Donbas area and continue what they did in Russia, crimes of mass murder, crimes, rape, and robbery. Of course, there are no normal banks and cash in the occupied area, so they rob just regular people. So they take away cars, phones, microwaves, washing machines, and even lavatory pans, and send these things to Russia with the postal service, of course. You can Google to find these videos. There are a plethora of them on the internet. If you'll not find it, let me know in the comments down below. I'll find it for you and send a link. These guys have no way back. The only thing they can do is attack Ukrainians. If they go back, they are shooted by other special groups of Russians. If they give up to Ukrainians, we change them. We change these guys for Ukrainian soldiers, and Russians killed their prisoners who gave up to Ukrainians. Just to give an example to other prisoners, so motivate them to fight till the end, not to give up. The only thing changed for the prisoners is that now they are not hired anymore by Wagner. Now it is forbidden for Wagner to hire new prisoners. Probably 20,000 of prisoners will still fight with Wagner Group, but new are hired by the official army of Russia. For the prisoners, it is good news because they will have more human relationships with them from the side of their country. And it is good news for Ukraine because prisoners will start thinking how they can save their lives, how they can survive, so they will not attack that stupidly with the mass of people. Yesterday, on one of Ukrainian TVs, there was an interview with one of the Ukrainian soldiers where the Ukrainian hero told how he and other 4 Ukrainian heroes were defending a position near Bakhmut. And there was a kind of new, never-ending attack. The length of it was more than 15 hours. Russian prisoners were poorly equipped, so they were just trying to physically occupy the position, just run, short battle, and die. The Ukrainian hero says sometimes he had no time just to reload the weapon. Next day, Ukrainians, with the help of a drone, calculated the amount of the Russian bodies, and there were more than 70 dead just in one small area. This was a long day for Ukrainian defenders. Now, since Russian prisoners are in the official branches of the Russian army, I suggest they will have slightly more professional preparation and equipment. This may sound like this is bad news for Ukrainian army, but the thing is that it will not make any impact. Russian problem is that they don't have enough equipment and training bases. Lack of the officers who can teach for a long time and professionally. So long-term Russian native forces may lose faster than these days if China will not support, of course. The second important news is that an explosion rang out near the railway depot in occupied Mariupol. That's where the enemy's equipment is located, the head of Mariupol city told. In the morning of April 14, an explosion rang out near the railway depot of temporarily occupied Mariupol. It is known that it is there that Russian aggressors accumulate their equipment and set up a repair base. Referring to the Ukrainian head of the city, Ivan Fedorov, on the air of the national news marathon, it has been reported that an explosion rang out in Mariupol this morning. At the same time, the traitor assures that a gas cylinder exploded in one of the garages at 58 Radyshev Street. He added that the owner of the house was injured. In his turn, head of the city reported that a super powerful explosion occurred in the area of the railway depot. The morning started very badly for the enemy. A super powerful explosion rang out in the city, which was heard even in the surrounding villages. This explosion was near the railway and the railway depot. Details will be announced later, but the enemy is concentrating equipment and ammunition there. And at the base of the depot, he placed a repair base, which has already suffered from explosions, but has not yet been completely destroyed, said head of Mariupol. He also recalled that the day before, around 9 p.m., gunfire and explosions were heard near the city of Mariupol airfield. Fedorov suggests that this was most likely due to the fact that the invaders did not share something among themselves. That's what I was telling you before, like they are trying to steal things. Sometimes it is not just TV or microwaves. Sometimes it can be drugs, it can be selling of weapons. So because Mariupol is now approximately 100 kilometers from the front line in Russian occupation, I think these explosions have been done by American HIMARS system. Let me show you something on the map. So this is actual map of the occupied part of the occupied territory. It is south of Ukraine, Zaporizhia and Donetsk region. Here you can see this this line. This is a kind of border between Donetsk region and Zaporizhia district. And we can see here, Mariupol is here. So it's more than 100 kilometers from the front line. It has been shot by HIMARS. We don't have any other systems that can shoot from the ground to the ground with this length. We have Ukrainian system that can shoot even further, probably 150 kilometers, but from the ground to the sea. But from the ground to the ground, we have only HIMARS systems. And Mariupol is here. So the explosions that ahead of the city were mentioning were in this area. And it can be done only by American HIMARS systems. So this is the place where I want to say to all American citizens and the United States in general, since without this support of your country to Ukraine, it would have become a backyard of Russia, and millions of Ukrainians could be dead, occupied, and multi-million more refugees. So with HIMARS systems, Ukrainians are able to shoot 70 to 100 kilometers further, probably even more. I don't know. It can be a military secret. Further behind the front line. And we will continue shooting Russians and their artillery and warehouses with the shells. Third news, today of juvenile prosecutors updated official information regarding the number of children murdered and injured since the full-size war began. According to that, 468 children died. Once again, according to the report, at this moment, 468 children died, and more than 947 were injured of various degrees of severity in Ukraine as a result of the full-scale armed aggression of the Russian Federation, terrorist organization. In total, more than 1,415 children were affected in Ukraine. However, these numbers are not final. Work is currently underway to establish them in the places of hostilities in temporarily occupied and liberated territories. The most affected children were in Donetsk region, 449, Kharkiv region, 275, Kyiv region, 127, Kherson district, 94, Zaporizhia area, 89, Mykolaiv Oblast, 85, Chernihiv region, 68, Luhansk region, 62, and Dnipropetrovsk region, 66. In addition, earlier, more than 30 children were reunited with their families in Ukraine after a long operation to return them from Russia, where they were taken from the occupied territories. For those who doesn't know, Russia does this permanently on a daily basis. They tell to their parents that they will send their children for free to have rest in Crimea or in continental Russia. They ask then when they move out children to the other parties of Russia, they tell children like, your parents went away, they forgot about you, they don't want to see you, stay here. They send these children all over Russia to other families, and these families start washing their brain with Russian propaganda, like Ukraine doesn't love you, your parents doesn't wait you, you have nowhere to go back in Ukraine, and etc. and etc. This is all for today, and like always, I'm asking those of you who want to support push your thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let me know if you have any questions regarding the information or you want me to reveal another topic. Thank you very much, friends. Thank you for the support. Bye-bye.